For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
We are into the Tinubu weekend, so therefore welcome to the Tinubu edition of the world's most monitored talk show, and that's NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe. We go up until 2 o'clock this afternoon, and we'll be taking your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And Amanda will be going through some of your comments in the chat room. And we trust you're having yourself an enjoyable Friday and you have yourself a great weekend, despite the fact that you'll be subjected to inconveniences as a result of us welcoming to our shores the president of Nigeria. And I believe in many regards this visit is unprecedented, and that is because of the level of disruptions that we'll have to experience over the next few days. So people are saying, well, just a couple days, be inconvenienced a few hours, just stomach that. After all, it's not descendants of the colonialists. It's a brother from the homeland, from Africa. So, don't complain. We'll hear now from Riani Isidore, Communications Officer in the Office of the Prime Minister. And he's voicing a public service announcement that will be guiding you along and informing you of the level of inconvenience that you'll have to be subjected to, and therefore helping you, but preparing you, putting in a position to cope. Here is Riani Isidore, Communications Officer in the Office of the the Prime Minister.
The government of St. Lucia wishes to inform the public that owing to an official visit to St. Lucia by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria from June 28th to July 4th, 2025, there will be temporary traffic disruptions and road closures along designated routes. There will also be a related disruption on Friday, June 27th, along the general route during a rehearsal of concept drill by participating agencies. Motorists and commuters are kindly asked to note that from Saturday, June 28th to July 4th, 2025, there will be delays in the usual flow of traffic in the following areas: the V4 to Castries Highway, Nelson Mandela Drive, the John Compton Highway, the Sir Julian R. Hunt Highway, Jeremy Street, Manuel Street, Lattock Road, Mon Road, and the Mon Fortune area, VG and the VG area, and the Pigeon Island Causeway. Drivers are encouraged to use alternate routes and commute earlier to allow for extra travel time. Some public transport routes may be altered or delayed. Commuters are advised to plan ahead accordingly. Motorists and pedestrians are asked to give way to emergency and official vehicles upon hearing the sirens to allow for the safe passage of the convoy before resuming their journey. We humbly request your patience and cooperation as St. Lucia warmly welcomes our distinguished guest. These temporary measures are necessary to ensure the safety and success of the official visit. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force and the Ministry of External Affairs thank you for your understanding. For real-time updates and further details, follow official government social media channels and local news outlets.
Communications Officer in the Office of the Prime Minister, Mr. Riani Isidore. So going through all that inconvenience for one man. And sometimes you get the impression that those people in high office, those people who have prominent positions, whether it's presidents, prime ministers, government ministers, etc., they are more important than the plebs, than working people, persons who are deemed to be ordinary citizens of St. Lucia and indeed the global community. So prepare yourself. You will be inconvenienced, I think, to an unprecedented level. Be patient. Please be very, very patient, because this will be very difficult to stomach over the next few days. The big question is it worth it? What are we gaining from this? We'll have to wait to find out, because ahead of that visit, there's not been sufficient explanation and information regarding the nature of the presence of the President of Nigeria in St. Lucia and what's in it for the island. We'll be hearing more on this during the course of the program. Unfortunately, our nurses, our health workers at this point in time, they are not only in a state of shock, but definitely anxiety is taking over them, and they certainly would be very despondent at this point in time. That is following the tragic loss of a midwife, a nurse, at the Millennium Heights Medical Complex. And she passed away under strange, sad circumstances yesterday. Let us listen to Charisse John of the St. Lucia Fire Service.
On Thursday, 26th June 2025, the St. Lucia Fire Service responded at 2:42 p.m. to an emergency call at Balata. On arrival at the scene, an adult female was found in a suspended state at home. An assessment revealed cyanosis with negative vitals and obvious signs of death. She was transported to a medical facility for advanced medical care.
You just heard there from Cerise John of the St. Lucia Fire Service. And this particular death is not only tragic, it's a very sensitive issue. And the nurse in question lives to mourn, I'm told, 2 children, age 11 and 4, also a grieving husband. Obviously, it's a very difficult situation for the medical fraternity. And imagine that we have to tread cautiously considering the circumstances of that death. I imagine that those individuals would be feeling a lot of trauma, a lot of pain at this point in time as they try to cope. We'll provide you with more information as they come to hand. But clearly, greater attention would have to be given to, people who are serving in certain areas in our country. All employees, all workers on the island are very important. But there are instances when you have people like nurses and doctors and so on. They are exposed to so many things of a tragic nature that they need special care, they need special attention. One other issue before we take your calls. Over in Trinidad and Tobago, there's been a record number of suspensions from the education system, learning institutions over the last few years. That's because of bad behavior on the part of students. And there's a well-documented case a few weeks ago where about a few girls, gangs, basically they pounced upon a young female, a fellow student. And that student was left battered and bruised. I think a number of those perpetrators had to be suspended from school. And so the discussion has already gotten underway in the Twin Island Republic as to how to deal with that particular problem. An individual who is arguably Trinidad and Tobago's best journalist, if not the most popular one, has been saying to the electors in that country, the politicians, legislators, and so on, you ought to set the right example. I'm not talking particularly about electors, my apologies. Talking about the legislators. We're talking about the politicians, people in authority, to set the right example for the young people of that country, and in particular, the students. Because very often, and this happens in St. Lucia, you hear the cries and the lamentation about bullying in the education system among students. But what about the adults? What about the politicians who do it to each other? And that is well publicized in a number of Caribbean territories, and I'm sure that you can identify with what takes place in our parliament in St. Lucia. So here is well-known Trinidad and Tobago journalist Akash Samaru.
I was watching Parliament, and I heard the Minister of Education say for the last 3 years there have been 21,600 suspensions across the country due to violence and indiscipline. 21,600 between 2022 and now. So I did the math, and that was about 29 suspensions an academic day. And there was this big debate in Parliament about school indiscipline and what we as a society need to do about it. And then we are talking about expelling children who get into fights, and on social media I see people supporting it, saying yes, but them criminals are tomorrow in jail, and people asking why children don't have behavior anymore. And it bothered me. And then I heard the councillor this morning bring greetings from the MP for the area, Mr. Raj Alexander, who is asking you all to look at the way you carry yourselves. Because hypocrisy is ingrained into this country's DNA. And as an adult, I humbly apologize to you all here. I am ashamed, not with your generation now, but with mine. Because I'm watching parliamentarians, big people with plenty education, went to the nicest of schools, put the word honorable in front of their name, and I'm watching them on national TV, show no respect for one another, calling each other names, laughing about it with their friends, talking over each other, making the sacred red house like a classroom for unruly toddlers. And I'm telling myself, these people have the belly to talk about indiscipline in schools, and they can't go 3 minutes without the House Speaker having to tell somebody to relax themselves.
Well, you just heard and saw one of Trinidad's best journalists. His name is Akash Samaru, and he was addressing a graduation ceremony over in Trinidad just a couple of days ago. Politicians, prominent people, lead by example. Let's open the lines right now to take your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And Amanda is standing by to produce or to provide you with a few updates regarding some of the comments in the chat room. Somebody says they all hail Lord Master Tinubu. We sing songs and praises upon your rival. See, Master, we bend the knee for your rival. We are but humble plebs who wish to be graced with your presence and magnificent power. O Lord Tinubu, see all what we do for you, for recognition and acknowledgement of our African heritage. See us lost people who struggle for identity of our own, that we must revert to liking ourselves with those who live on the motherland. All hail. We have our first call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Tim. And good afternoon, Amanda, and
Yes,
all the
sir.
listeners.
Good afternoon to you.
Tim, yesterday I was able to get to your show, and I left something out there for speculation. And today I would like to hype a bit. And maybe the clip, the voice that you had on the clip that you played in your preamble, I think it's from the communications officer.
Yes.
We have a hypothetical situation, Tim, where there is a bomb scare as the president of Nigeria is visiting. What arrangements does the government have in place to deal with the bomb scare? I would think that the gentleman is quite well versed on those issues, and maybe he could call and tell us what plans does the government have if there were to be a bomb scare during the president's visit. That's out there for. That's my hypothetical question for today.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. And I'm sure that those in authority can address this hypothetical question or scenario that you've just presented to us. That will include the police, emergency service personnel, among others. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. 716-2026. We have a WhatsApp message. Tim, if that is the best the government can do, then we have sunk into the sewer. This president of Nigeria has an infamous and colorful reputation of being in everything that encompasses abominable. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Good afternoon to you, Amanda.
Good afternoon.
And to all the other listeners. Tim, I'm just going to get straight to the point because I think you put in that.
Hello, caller. I think we have gotten disconnected. Let's see if we could take another call. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Hello. Okay, we lost the caller. 4979-452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Okay, let's see if we could get another WhatsApp message. Okay, we have that call coming in. Good afternoon. Hello. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon, Tim.
Yes,
Can you
caller.
hear me?
Yes, you are on the air. Go ahead, please.
Yes, yes, sir. Like I said, good afternoon to you and Miss Amanda and to the other listeners. Tim, get straight to the point of the question, basically, that's been asked as it pertains to the visit by the Nigerian head of state. Tim, but I think most people know what this is all about. This is all part of the strategy of the little black boy. This is, to me, this is all part of the little black boy strategy. Okay, so we're gonna bring this guy now. Now, Tim, overnight I went and I did some research on this guy, the Nigerian president. And this guy does not have a good record. I mean, if people, you can go out there and you can Google it yourself. This guy does not. So I don't even know why the prime minister and his advisor would think this is a good time to shut the country down to bring this guy to St. Lucia. I mean, if the guy wanted to come to St. Lucia to contribute to tourism and stuff by just going and staying at a nice hotel and getting some relaxed time, I'm fine with that. But to give him it, where we're going to shut everything down, I just think this is a crazy idea. And it goes back to the question that was asked by the first caller. What is going to happen, or what plans do they have in place if a threat like that was made or whatever? Hopefully that doesn't happen. But Tim, as I was saying, I was just reading on this guy last night, and this guy has a bad track record, even if some of it has not been proven. But if you have 1, 2, 3 instances where your name is coming up in all kinds of fraudulent activities and stuff like that, there has to be something there. That's my belief, and I'm speaking as a person and as an ex-police officer. If your name is coming up in so many different things, and I'm looking for and say, for example, someone reports there's a case or whatever, you're one of the persons I'm coming to look for. So for me, this guy's track record is alone for St. Lucia to say, hey, why are you bringing this guy to St. Lucia? But I am not surprised that Philip JP is going to bring this guy to St. Lucia, because this is the same SLP that brought Maduro to St. Lucia and gave him the opportunity to address Parliament. You remember that, Tim?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised that's the kind of game that they play. But for me, this is all about the little black boy strategy. We're going to bring an African leader to St. Lucia to show that we're associating with our African brothers and sisters. So this is all the play for me, because if you cannot tell the country exactly what we're getting from this, then something is just not right. You're going to shut the country down. You're going to ask people to make, as you played in the earlier clip, you're asking people to make all kinds of sacrifices and to adhere to the sirens and all of that and stuff. But you cannot tell them exactly what they're making all those sacrifices for. Then something is not right in the country. And that's what people have to ask themselves. What exactly is going on? Where is the accountability from our government? It has nothing to do with which party you support. Because even if you support the SLP, but you yourself as an SLP supporter, you have to be asking yourself, where is the accountability? Would I be liking a situation like that if it was the other way around? Would I want the UWP government to bring someone into the country and cannot explain to me exactly what we're getting from this when you are asking me to make all those sacrifices? So I just wanted to, as a St. Lucian living overseas, I just wanted to give my 10 cents piece on this. This is all about the little black boy strategy. We're going to associate ourselves with our African brothers, and we want to show our people that this is what this is all about for me. So thank you, Tim.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for sharing your point of view with us. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Again, 716-2026. Let's see if we have a call on the landline. In the meantime, Let me go through a WhatsApp message. It reads there, isn't it strange that the Catholic Church and the Christian society or community is keeping very quiet on the incoming visit of the individual has been accused of so many things? There's so much information on this nefarious Nigerian ruler, which begs the question on why this visit is being kept quiet until last minute. Do you have a call? No, we don't. Let's see if we have a WhatsApp message to go through. Somebody says they have a WhatsApp. So wait, I didn't know Jesus Christ was the one coming to visit. Not even God asking for all that. Just so. Also, it was said people not eating roads in Uncle Shah's time. But now all holes blocking fast as president coming, LOL. I guess now we eating roads. Troops stunned, PJP. And let's see if we have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Hello, Tim.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How about
Tim,
you?
I would like to, not too bad. I would like to know what the purpose of the trip of the Nigerian president and his delegates.
Well, according to the
Prime Minister...
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, the Prime Minister...
I mean, the people deserve... Yeah. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
The Prime Minister said that, for example, according to him, which is not factual, Nigeria has the largest economy in Africa. I know it's the most populous. And it could have good relations, economic ties between the two countries, and the OECS leaders will be coming to St. Lucia as well to hold discussions with Nigeria. And we can benefit from Nigeria as opposed to continuing to put all our eggs in the basket of those countries like the US, Canada, the UK, etc.
Yeah, that is Philip JP's version. But if you look at why and his administration, that Nigerian president is one of the most corrupt in the world. Okay. Now, I want to ask: is there any benefit in this for St. Lucia as far as economically? Because when you look at the young people revolting against this guy, they don't like his policies, they don't like his corruption. And why would we pay a price to have this guy come to St. Lucia? Now there's also a secret deals. Secret deals takes place, and Philip JP owes us answers. Okay? I think one of that deal is to take over the new St. Jude's, the building they call the Box. That is my suspicions. Okay? Then Nigerian doctors are going to come to St. Lucia, fill the hospital. Okay? And they may even take over our airports as well, because the GPH have taken over the ports. You understand? Hello?
Yes, sir. I'm listening.
Over the ports. So the next entity that take over is the St. Jude's Hospital, which they call the Box. But Philip JP owes us answers. And this is very disrespectful, Philip JP, not to give the public answers. But St. Lucians sit there and they don't. When you look at your journalists in St. Lucia, they don't ask questions. They are afraid of the administration, and this is bad. This is not good for the country. But anyway, let's see what comes out of this. We might get surprises. Thank you very much.
All right,
Timothy.
sir. All right, thank you so much. The caller just expressing an opinion. It's not factual. We have not heard that the Nigerian president is here because he wants to take over our ports, our health institutions, and things of that nature. So just a point of view being expressed by the caller. He is very suspicious. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Somebody says, I want the government of St. Lucia to come out and say what the visit of the Nigerian president is really all about. And what is he bringing to help St. Lucia? I feel so sorry for my little island. St. Lucians, wake up. Another call. Good afternoon, NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Boy, Timothy, I paid my insurance. every year, holes everywhere. Trouble, brogodok, shocks have to buy suspension pads. The man coming from, where say he coming from? Nigeria, wherever he coming from. All road, fix up nice. Check out all the side of the road by Soufre, outer space, where people need their road to the sidewalk to be clean. But all where the man coming, all the man area code, that clean, that fix up nice. Boy, I don't know, but poor people have to stand up for their right. You see, election time, we have to come out and vote for the good, or we have to vote for the bad. That's my good afternoon for today.
Okay, thank you so much for calling, caller. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Again, 716-2026. Let's see. We have a WhatsApp message. Tim, it's all about voodoo and satanic practices as elections are drawing near. Added to that, the little black boys' rhetoric. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Tim, the SLP government will do anything to stay in power. Keep fooling the foolish ones. And let's see if we have a call on the landline while we go through another WhatsApp message. Somebody says that I'm sure Rihanna Isidore can help with the hypothetical. All right, let's turn our attention now to you, Amanda. What is happening in the chat room? Good afternoon to you.
Tim. Good afternoon, NewsSpinners. A few comments from earlier. A NewsSpinner says, true accountability begins when silence is no longer an option and comfort no longer shields the truth. Another commentary reads, Tim, my son is traveling on JetBlue tomorrow. His flight is scheduled to arrive at 4:09 p.m. in St. Lucia. Up until this time, JetBlue has informed me that the flight is still on time. No delays, no cancellations. A NewsSpinner says, I do not want to get upset because today is Friday. That's my happy day. Another commentary reads, in other words, stay home tomorrow, venture outdoors at your own risk. Someone says they can do all this for one man, but can't provide safety and security for the citizens of the country. Shake my head. A commentator says, I was joking when I typed Castries Lagos a few months ago. This is taking a joke too far. A NewsSpinner says, Samaro could well be speaking about St. Lucia until he said the speaker asking them to relax themselves, aka behave. Only difference though is our speaker is part of the nasty behavior. Another commentary reads, Tim, you're a cut above the rest. I really do appreciate you for all you do for the people of St. Lucia. This clip should be played every day for our politicians and the people that support the nonsense. Another commentary says, yes, subtle strategies to forward their discriminatory agenda. And someone says for lack of information, the people have to speculate. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Some more of your updates still to come. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, what the government has in place to address threats may happen during the visit of a head of state is not going to be made known to the public, whether it is a UWP or SLP administration. That is not the protocol. We are too partisan and unreasonable in our views. It's a visit of a head of state and that's it. That is for the government to decide. While I do not understand why the airports have to be closed, I do not understand the argument about he is corrupt. There is a developed world leader who might be worse and he visits other countries. There are much better things to discuss and reflect on and decisions we have to make as a people in the near future that will impact our island nation for years to come. Let's not lose focus. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Somebody says that, Tim, that explanation the Prime Minister gave about the Nigerian president's visit is BS as far as I'm concerned. When will that Labour government respect our people? It seems very soon they will sell our souls. And let's see if we have some more WhatsApp messages. Let's take a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
Yes, Tim. Yes, Tim. I have noticed a pattern by the Prime Minister, Tim. And I have seen the Prime Minister lately has been pushing our friends away and bringing in other people or other countries that are not traditional. And while our friends are threatening us with visa restrictions and we have lost the bananas to England and even the Europeans are threatening us with visa restrictions, we have seen our Prime Minister going down to Brazil and is giving Brazil incentives that people can buy meat from Brazil even cheaper. Now, by doing this, Tim, he has automatically crushed the poultry industry, the beef industry, where we local farmers cannot compete with Brazil. We have seen he have gone down to Caracas, Maduro. Now we've seen the Nigerians are coming here. So I want to ask, is our airspace is closed or is just the two airports? And if our entire airspace is closed on the two airports, this president coming to the island is a symbolic sign. I wonder how Donald Trump will take it, or how the West will take it, if it will be positive or it will be negative. What is the bilateral agreement? Is Nigeria going to invest in our gas industry for storage because they have oil? I don't know. So that's my questions, Tim. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for calling. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Somebody says via WhatsApp, Tim, remember when the Chinese president visited St. Lucia, some persons, including parliamentarians, were handed red envelopes? Hope the Nigerian president follows the same tradition as elections are around the corner. I think you're referring there maybe to the Taiwanese president instead of the Chinese. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message to go through. Somebody says there via WhatsApp. Okay, this one is certainly not complimentary, not worth sharing on our program. Imagine infrastructure was picking up garbage on the highway this morning. SMFH. Another WhatsApp message. Please stand by for it. Okay, once again, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. So we'll be talking a lot about President Tinubu. Let us hear from him, because recently, as recent I think as yesterday, in one of the states in Nigeria, he delivered a speech, and he was focusing on a particular development project.
I'm very proud to be here. To all of you, thank you for a welcome reception that is so, engaging and up to the cultural group. Plus my friend, And I went through the papers this morning. I saw so many editorials. Adamu, former IG, Aliyu Wadada, and all of that. I'm very proud to be here. To all of you, thank you for a welcome reception that is so, engaging and up to the cultural group. Plus my friend, And I went through the papers this morning. I saw so many editorials. Adamu, former IG, Aliyu Wadada, and all of that.
President of Tinubu, and he will be arriving in St. Lucia come tomorrow. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. It's called NewsSpin. Got travel plans? Don't let paperwork slow you down. This Saturday, the 28th of June 2025, the briefcase is making applications for passports and visas faster, easier, and stress-free. From 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., head upstairs the Greens building right next to the Vieux-Fort police station. If you are seeking to renew your passport, we've got you covered. We also assist with applications for police records, U.S. visa applications, and business registration. Come see us this Saturday, June the 28th, or call 718-8624, 718-8624, or 713-7503, 713-7503 to book. Walk-ins are also welcomed. No lines, no hassle, just expert help right when you need it. The Briefcase. Your journey starts here.
Carnival just got crunchier with KFC. It's time to fat, win, and feast with the Carnival Crunch Box. For just $30, get a Big Crunch or Zinger sandwich, 3 crunchy strips, a dipping sauce, regular fries, a 16-ounce soda, and a biscuit. But wait, that's not all. Every Carnival Crunch Box gives you a chance to win big. Promotion runs June 1st to July 20th. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Funeral home is here for you. Lazarus Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilec averti ou pour point précaution durant saison cyclone ça là. Mi un petit commission qui kaywen de protéger la vie ou ek propriétaire. Couiller Lucilec avant ou trim et ben couper pied bas qui pour ligne électrique. Veillez pour ligne courant électrique avant ou monter l'échelle. Faire assurer l'échelle, scaffold et bout d'outils ou ka servi pas venir moins qui 10 pieds hors ligne courant électrique. Pas jamais servi appliance et ben outils qui ka servi courant électrique. Des wall côté qui mouillé et ben en la pli. Ça c'était en commission hors Lucilec.
Need more days of savings? MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt Super Saturday of Savings has just been extended to Sunday. Take advantage of amazing deals. This weekend, MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt are offering you amazing discounts on selected items. MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt Super Saturday of Savings has been extended to Sunday. Don't miss out on the incredible discounts and deals. See in-store, Facebook, or www.mnchomedepot.com for more details. Terms and conditions may apply. Better value for better.
Flo's prepaid customers can now unlock big bonus rewards like bonus data, prizes, and more every time you activate a 3-day prepaid plan or launcher. Activate a plan, then scratch to reveal your bonus data. Plus, get points for extra prizes. The more you activate, the more bonus data and prizes you can win. Get in on the big bonus rewards when you activate a prepaid plan. Dial *129# or visit topupflow.com to activate a plan today.
Discover the future of body imaging innovation at La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, where the gold standard in MRI technology meets unparalleled medical expertise. From the intricate neural pathways of the brain to the delicate structures of the spine, and from the vital functions of the heart to detailed multi-parametric MRI of the prostate, our higher resolution images see the unseen from head to toe. Our radiation-free Signa Prime Tesla 1.5 MRI machine is assisted by artificial intelligence, enhancing its precision in creating quality images for our trained radiologists to give you more accurate readings. Our facility ensures fast access to specialist doctors, including pain management, rheumatology, and family medicine. Proudly serving as a world-class facility in the OECS, we bring international standards of healthcare within your reach. There is no longer a need to travel overseas for superior medical services. Experience the pinnacle of diagnostic precision and patient care right here in St. Lucia. Schedule your MRI with La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence located in Cocoville, Rodney Bay. Call 451-6559 for your appointment. For your peace of mind, ask about our flexible financing options, including our co-pay system for clients with healthcare.
Essie, don't tell me that tire flat again. I just changed that tire.
Wait, what? You just changed that tire?
Well, I bought a used one because you didn't give enough money.
Oh, I see. Well, you know what? Chivi's Tire Shop only carry brand new quality tires at affordable prices with free installation.
Hey, it seems you're working at Chivi's Tire Shop. How you know all that?
Come on, Brenda. The tire shop down the road from our home in the American Drywall Building.
Oh, yes. I forgot. Well, you know what, Patrick? Let's go there right now. Take your wallet. Let's go.
Chivi's Tire Shop, located at the American Drywall Building, Vic Butay. Call or WhatsApp 584-5986. Chivi's Tire Shop. Pay less, drive more.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
The government of St. Lucia wishes to inform the public that owing to an official visit to St. Lucia by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria from June 28th to July 4th, 2025, there will be temporary traffic disruptions and road closures along designated routes. There will also be a related disruption on Friday, June 27th, along the general route during a rehearsal of concept drill by participating agencies. Motorists and commuters are kindly asked to note that from Saturday, June 28th to July 4th, 2025, there will be delays in the usual flow of traffic in the following areas: the V4 to Castries Highway, Nelson Mandela Drive, the John Compton Highway, the Sir Julian R. Hunt Highway, Jeremy Street, Manuel Street, Lattock Road, Mon Road, and the Mon Fortune area, VG and the VG area, and the Pigeon Island Causeway. Drivers are encouraged to use alternate routes and commute earlier to allow for extra travel time. Some public transport routes may be altered or delayed. Commuters are advised to plan ahead accordingly. Motorists and pedestrians are asked to give way to emergency and official vehicles upon hearing the sirens to allow for the safe passage of the convoy before resuming their journey. We humbly request your patience and cooperation as St. Lucia warmly welcomes our distinguished guest. These temporary measures are necessary to ensure the safety and success of the official visit. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force and the Ministry of External Affairs thank you for your understanding. For real-time updates and further details, follow official government social media channels and local news outlets.
Riani Isidore, Communications Officer in the Office of the Prime Minister. We continue with your calls and your WhatsApp messages and, of course, your discussions in the chat room. WhatsApp message reads, Tim, I heard yesterday the Nigerian president is coming with 70 people, but is actually coming in with 110. That's according to a WhatsApp message. We have another WhatsApp message. My question, like every other national, is what is Tinubu bringing to St. Lucia? Nigeria's economy is in shambles. The dollar is worth diddly squat. Nigerians themselves don't even want the guy. At a time when the U.S., our biggest tourism market for travelers, is threatening to impose bans on us, why would those administrations sleep with an ally enemy? I've never been so incensed about this regime than I am about this. SLP Pabon. They must go. That's according to a WhatsApp message. Another WhatsApp message. It reads, when former President Nelson Mandela and Bill Clinton visited St. Lucia, the country did not close its airport. Similarly, during President Tinubu's visit to various nations, no country found it necessary to shut down its airports to accommodate his arrival. While we warmly welcome the President to our shores, the decision by Dr. Hilaire and Prime Minister Pierre to close St. Lucia's airports lack sound rationale. It has disrupted travel plans for visitors and citizens alike. imposed unnecessary costs on hotels, forced to manage rebookings, and undermined the steady flow of our tourism sector. Such actions raise serious questions about priorities and judgment in the governance of our nation. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for that WhatsApp message. Let's take a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tim.
Yes, good afternoon to you, caller.
Mr. Tim, I want to send a message for the Prime Minister, Philip J.P. If he forgets, Choiseul is on the map of St. Lucia. And the reason for that, Mr. Tim, Choiseul Road is in a terrible state. Victoria, Montjacques, Diga, Roblo, Delce, Mogouge, Liwish, name it all over. Mr. Tim, yesterday I go into work, I pull in a trailer. My trailer in good condition, new bearings. And because you pull in a trailer, a 14-foot trailer, I not speed. And I drop in a hole and I just seen the wheel overtaking me through the bad road.
Wow.
And I remember, it does surprise me, Mr. Tim, because the Prime Minister, when he was opposition, he was singing an old LP song saying, people not eating road. But the road is eating us. Because, Mr. Tim, I put some parts on my van and substitute, and I take it out in 2 months. Mr. Tim, a boiled joint for a vehicle is $360 for a boiled joint. You have to multiply 360 by 4. Mr. Tim, the upper arm boiled joints, upper arm and lower arm boiled joints. Mr. Tim, $1,800 for that, Mr. Tim. Mr. Tim, the boot, 4 boot, the bigger boot, $220. The smaller one, $90 for the 2. You still have to pay $1,300 for the mechanic. That's a lot of money. So when you tell me people not eating road and people have their vehicle, okay, and the vehicle is eating our money off our pocket, we can't eat properly. We cannot eat because you have to take off your vehicle. I remember the Prime Minister, Mr. Alan Shastney said they was collecting 154 roads. And they ridiculed that, and that was garbage talk. If you see the condition of the road, I remember when Bradley Felix was in office, this man built a lot of road, even in a lot of roads. And when them fellas, when United Workers Party was still in office, they was building drains by Diga side there. And United Labour Party get in office, and that just stopped. And it costing us. And when I hear them people talking about Nigeria, it sickens my stomach, my brother. Because I'm saying we put you in office for that. And that is why, from time of Evans called John, once it's Labour Party that in office and they run in Choiseul, Choiseul, they disrespect us. From time of Evans called John, Ferguson come and serve 2 terms. Lontio fail us. His name is Lontio Philus. But he never fill our stomach. He fail us, so I pronounce his name as Lontio fail us, because he fail us. You get my point? The only person that do something for the Choiseul people is Rufus Bousquet and Bradley Cam. And I see right now that that's the only constituency 3 people want to run up against Bradley Felix till there is an independent. Why? Because they know they are doing nothing for Choiseul. And them people that are running for the Labour Party in Choiseul, they have the audacity to still go up for Labour Party. And you all know, once you're going to fall Labour, I'm mad, because I'm seeing it costing us too much. You know what I mean? The Shastney say 154 road. And them fellas come in office and them fellas just, come on, man. It costing us too much, my brother, for road and stuff like that. And the man just playing a CD not install again, them old record not install again, talking about Nigerian people and all that kind of garbage. And the people in St. Lucia that vote and send their fingers for you and put you all in office, you all making you all thousands of dollars and you all neglecting them. So, come on, man. I'm sending a strong message as a citizen of this country. Please, be St. Lucian people, both Labour Party supporters and United Workers Party supporters. We have seen what the Labour Party have done to us. Lies and lies and lies and lies. And the last time I say the Prime Minister is a liar, somebody said I'm not supposed to say that, but he gave me the cause to say that because this man continue changing his story. Philip J.P., when you will feel sorry for we St. Lucian people. Have a wonderful day, my brother.
You do, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's see if we have some WhatsApp messages to go through. Somebody says that, Tim, I've been a police officer for a long time, and trust me, when I tell you that no state visit happens without months of planning. First of all, the president's security would need in advance the planned route from the moment he lands in the island. His security will be having security personnel placed at various points long before he arrives at those planned visits and places and routes. So the government knew long time ago of that particular visit. Another WhatsApp message. What is happening with this government? The same month civil servants receive an increase. My grandmother did not get any payment from the government of $215 for the less privileged. Last month there was no payment. What is going on? That's according to a WhatsApp message. I think we have some more WhatsApp messages to go through. Tim, the Nigerians must be bringing the CIP money for the Labour campaign. Let's see if we have some more of your messages. In the meantime, let's turn our attention to Amanda. Let's find out what's happening in the chat room.
And Tim, a few comments from the chat room. A NewsSpin says there, St. Lucian, need to stop bending over for this government. A comment here reads, Call, I am fed up with our people. These men might be getting into deals that are irreversible. A NewsSpinner says PJP right and he double right. When he started, Lucians were chanting he has a 15-2 majority, so has our full consent on everything. Calypsonians, here is another topic for a good song. Another commentary reads, inching closer to impose the ban on us. Someone says there will Tyson be at the airports tomorrow. Another commentary says the Supreme Court just handed Trump a victory concerning birth tourism. A NewsSpinner says, mark my words, that is the same thing he will say when he comes to St. Lucia. I am very proud to be here. Another commentary reads, I'm going to give Bola a cow as a welcome gift, but first I have to catch it by the shock roundabout. Another commentary says, I hope the cows come out on the highway up north tomorrow. Someone says, IPA, will you be among the St. Lucian delegation welcoming the president? And a comment here from Sylvia Wilson says, oh my God, the Prime Minister is more concerned with the Nigerian president visit than a nurse committing suicide. Pay attention to the healthcare workers. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Some more of your calls, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, the Nigerian president is coming to St. Lucia to set the stage for a Nigerian company to take over the airport in a PPP arrangement. That's according to a WhatsApp message. We have not received confirmation of this from the government of St. Lucia. And let's see there if we have some more of your WhatsApp messages to go through. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Hey, good day.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
Good day, Tim.
Good afternoon.
Good day, Amanda.
Good afternoon,
yes, good day. Tim, you're selling a shot, man. Aaron Alexander promised to put on a performance. Did he give you the date and time?
No, I have not received such information, caller.
Somebody just mentioned IPA there. IPA and the Black Lives Matter. At least they can defend the president, at least. Aaron Alexander, I want to see him with his bamboo skirt and his taboo and thing along the route. Tim, those guys are joking or what? I mean, there is so much to be read about the president. I have no problems with the man, personally. But the prime minister and Slasper and everybody, the authorities knew that the man coming in on a Saturday afternoon at the peak hours would not be the best time. Plus, the man have extra days because the man is actually on vacation. Shouldn't he or couldn't he come in earlier or come in on the Sunday when there is nothing much happening? Who's planning all of that? Somebody yesterday, you read him, blame the public servants. I think the public servants running this country really doing a shabby job, Nobody's advising the government that they're going wrong? That all those plans are just putting the country backwards? Black Lives Matter there too. We know what's happening in Nigeria. All the protests and all what's going on in Nigeria. Aaron Alexander took some time off last month ahead of me. He got permission ahead of me to host some protests. You remember what it was, Tim? Some protests for the same Nigerian president, leader.
That's Traore?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the man got. Boy, this is a real clown country, you know. I want Aaron Alexander. I know he's listening. I want him to challenge what I'm saying. You know. And you move along tomorrow. You are on the Black Lives clan. You all must stop fooling the people, man.
Hello, caller. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much for calling. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have some more WhatsApp messages. Somebody says there. Okay. Can't go through this one. Another one says there. My condolences to the nurse and her family who lost her life. This shows that our health care really in St. Lucia is very poor. And let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Somebody says there via WhatsApp. Tim, that's my second tire in less than 2 weeks, costing over $1,200. Talking about tire apparently must have gotten into one of the potholes and damaged one side. Okay, it's costing somebody $1,200. Another WhatsApp message, and somebody says there via WhatsApp. Okay, we're receiving some WhatsApp messages pertaining to the nurse who passed away yesterday. And I've heard that unconfirmed reports is that she took her life, but this matter is still under investigation. All right, another WhatsApp message. Since I don't have money to travel and no airport will close to accommodate me, can I get the bus terminal in Soufrière closed for 1 hour when I travel to Soufrière from V4? We have another WhatsApp message. This is the Prime Minister's version of success while the country is suffering its labor success, not St. Lucia's. And another WhatsApp message. Well, let's see if we have a call on the line. In the meantime, we have a WhatsApp message. Good day, Tim. I believe the SLP know that they will lose the election. Okay, I don't want to go into that voodoo stuff. You will never hear me make pronouncements on anything pertaining to voodoo on NewsSpin. Let's continue with other WhatsApp messages. Somebody says there, I'm writing to highlight the continued neglect of the people of Roblo in Choiseul, Saltibus. The Roblo Community Center, fully constructed since the end of the United Party administration, remains closed more than a year later under the SLP government. This is not just a building, it's a much-needed space for youth programs, community meetings, and elderly services. The SLP knows that winning Roblo means winning Choiseul Saltibus, yet they are disrespecting the very community that helps keep them in power. It is time to stop the politicking and open the center. Roblo has waited long enough. Our people deserve better. And let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. It reads that the... okay, we'll ignore this one. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Irrespective of what is being said about the president of Nigeria, remember he is the head of state of one of the largest economies in Africa. Whatever the government sees fit to do to welcome the man to our shores is well in order. We are a hospitable people and would do everything to welcome the president to our beautiful island. Please work with Mr. Pierre on this one. Another WhatsApp message. Tim, Rick called yesterday and told us all we need to know about who is behind the visit. Gilbert Shaguri. Another WhatsApp message. The Nigerian president sounds like a priest. And, okay, let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Somebody says there. Also, Tim, an example of pure hypocrisy. When Philip Martinez was sounding the alarm, the SLP crew branded him as an ex-con or someone with a shady past. Now the Nigerian president, who doesn't have much of a favorable background, is being embraced. Let's find out what's happening in the chat room. Good afternoon to you again, Amanda.
Tim, someone says there we sound like Nigerians begging for the government to treat us, the people, better. Another commentator says that's why they are not fixing the roads there to prevent Bradley from coming back to office. A NewsSpin says there, can the president do around the island tour so all the potholes can be patched? Please and thanks. Another commentator says, if that WhatsApp writer is correct, injunctions have to be filed. And I don't want to hear that the courts have lost their independence. We need to at least prove to the world that this is the case. Another commentator says, where did all the money come from all of a sudden to repave and repair so many roads and maintain the roadsides? Someone says here the airspace is closed, the flights have been rescheduled. On a busy day of all days, why not come in between 6 a.m. to 12 p.m.? There are no flights at this time to inconvenience so many people just because. And that's it for now, Tim.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Still to come some more of your updates regarding comments extracted from the chat room. Let us hear from Mr. Moses Jean-Baptiste, the island's health minister, speaking about the visit of President Tinubu.
St. Lucians are in for a welcome treat from an African leader. That's right. Nigeria, as you know, is possibly the most populous country in Africa. Yeah. And you know, an oil-based economy, and there's so much that we can share, not just benefit from, but so much we can share with our brothers and sisters from Africa. So I look forward to the president's visit in eager anticipation. Yeah.
And that was Health Minister Moses Jean-Baptiste speaking on the program Meet the Minister earlier today. A WhatsApp message reads, last month I lost my 2 right side tires after going over a pothole adjacent to the entrance of the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority on my way to the gas station. Guess what? I had to replace them and it cost me $1,200. How do I recoup my losses? From Philip J. Pierre. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Again, 716-2026. And let me see if I have a WhatsApp message to go through. What are you saying there via WhatsApp? Okay. Let's see in the meantime if you have a call on the landline. And let's see if we have any messages coming in. No, we're trying as much as possible to go through as many of your WhatsApp messages. Okay, in the meantime, let me just inform you that there's a blood donation campaign that is scheduled to get underway tomorrow. And everyone who can donate blood should do so. Let us hear from former Chief Medical Officer Dr. Stephen King.
I'm Dr. Stephen King, and I'm really pleased and proud of the St. Lucia Medical and Dental Association as we launch this drive to promote blood donation. Blood cannot be manufactured. Blood can only come from you. There is no good substitute for blood. Blood saves lives. I'm a laboratory director, and every week, almost every day, I struggle to get blood that we can transfuse patients and save their lives. All doctors know this, and indeed, all families who have loved ones in that situation know this too. So, on the 28th of this month, 28th of June, Saturday, at opposite the Tapion School, I'm urging everybody, come, give a unit of blood, save a life. It's simple, it's easy. The only thing you have to do is make the time. Thank you.
You just heard there from former Chief Medical Officer Dr. Stephen King. Back with your calls and your WhatsApp messages. Once again, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. And somebody says there via WhatsApp, how much will it cost St. Lucian taxpayers to host the Nigerian president with all his bodyguards? And what's the purpose of the visit? This sounds like a scene from the movie Coming to America. Well, those are the questions that reporters should be posing to the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. But I could guarantee you that, it's not automatic that you'll be getting a response from the Prime Minister of St. Lucia regarding this particular issue, the cost involved, because politicians, those in office take it to mean that they are the ones footing the bill. You are not the ones footing the bill. This is being done at great cost, at great sacrifice by the taxpayers of the country. And whether it was a government of the UWP or the SLP, such questions are relevant and they should be asked, not only asked, but also answers should be provided. And let me see if I have any more of your WhatsApp messages to go through. Once again, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Again, 716-2026. But when you ask questions of that nature, automatically, some politicians, they become, very defensive. And they're very suspicious of such questions. They believe that you're out to get them or you're out to embarrass them, and they will not provide you with any kind of answer. Particularly, especially when they have been preaching all about accountability and transparency. They are not living up to those things. 452-2979. Let me see if I have any of your WhatsApp messages, and let me see there. Okay, this one is not worth going through and not worth sharing with the wider audience. The broadcast will continue in just a moment with more of your calls and your WhatsApp messages. We'll be hearing from a St. Lucian judge. He recently addressed a graduation ceremony and he has urged students to persevere. We'll be back in just a bit.
Mark your calendars for July 30th and 31st. It's 2 days of sizzling savings you don't want to miss. Cashier Day is coming to Europa Hardware. Get 15% off all your favorite cashier gear. Wet and dry vacuum cleaners, powerful pressure washers, gas or electric, upholstery cleaners and steam cleaners that make grime run for cover. Swing by Europa Hardware and score 15% discount during the Cashier Day promotion. Remember, it's July 30th and 31st. Write it down, set a reminder, tell a friend to tell a friend. Don't wait, don't miss out. Call us at 452-0763. Europa Hardware in Massad Rosalie. We service what we sell.
Prepare for the hurricane season by ensuring trees and other objects on your property won't get tangled in overhead wires. Be careful. Ensure ladders and tools don't come within 10 feet of power lines. If a tree is near electrical lines, don't try to trim it yourself. Contact Lucelec at 452-2165 or 454-6617. Be smart, stay safe.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
It's in the feeling in how we talk. It's in the meaning in our walk. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are. 'Cause the rhythm of life keeps pumping. Together going strong. No matter what, we keep things flowing. Before we were falling, our hands up in the sky. Celebrating. Come let your rhythm flow.
Calling all teens. This one's for you. Get ready for the KFC Teen Soca-Rama happening Saturday, June 28th from 12 to 6 p.m. at Serenity Park. It's a full day of teen talent on display. Junior soca and calypso artists, kiddie carnival bands, fashion, drama, games, and non-stop vibes. Come out and let's have some good, clean fun. No alcohol, just finger-licking goodness. So tell a friend, grab your crew, pull up to KFC Teen Soca-Rama. See you there.
I in a good spirit. I drink in a good
St. Lucia, are you ready for the ultimate all-inclusive?
Chalet Blanc, the all-white event. Tier 1 now available at Frontline Ticketing, Eventbrite, Digicel Baywalk Mall, 4 Circles Ticketing, or WhatsApp at 240-344-8629. A musical journey curated by the best local and international DJs. St. Lucia Carnival Saturday, July 19th, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m.
At Sanders Golf and Country Club, Kappa State.
Look something to talk about.
Unlimited drinks, brunch buffet, top-class entertainment.
Stay tuned. This event is powered by One Golden Fox and Natalie Events.
Discover the future of body imaging innovation at La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, where the gold standard in MRI technology meets unparalleled medical expertise. From the intricate neural pathways of the brain to the delicate structures of the spine, and from the vital functions of the heart to detailed multi-parametric MRI of the prostate, our higher resolution images see the unseen from head to toe. Our radiation-free Signa Prime Tesla 1.5 MRI machine is assisted by artificial intelligence, enhancing its precision in creating quality images for our trained radiologists to give you more accurate readings. Our facility ensures fast access to specialist doctors, including pain management, rheumatology, and family medicine. Proudly serving as a world-class facility in the OECS, we bring international standards of healthcare within your reach. There is no longer a need to travel overseas for superior medical services. Experience the pinnacle of diagnostic precision and patient care right here in St. Lucia. Schedule your MRI with La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence located in Cocoville, Rodney Bay. Call 451-6559 for your appointment. For your peace of mind, ask about our flexible financing options, including our copay system for clients with healthcare.
Looking for amazing deals on tiles? Mark your calendars. Every last Thursday of the month, the Tile Gallery is offering up to 50% off on selected tiles. Whether you are renovating your kitchen, updating your bathroom, or giving your entire home a fresh new look, now is the time to transform your space and save big. Enjoy up to 50% off on selected tiles. Don't miss this incredible opportunity to upgrade your home without breaking the bank. Visit M&C Home Depot and Sunbelt locations for more details. Terms and conditions.
Cricket fans, get ready for non-stop cricket action. The St. Lucia National Cricket Association Dream 11 St. Lucia Blast T10 tournament is back, bringing the fire and excitement of fast-paced cricket at the Grosse Lane Mini Stadium. It's 15 days of exciting, exhilarating cricket with electrifying T10 cricket battles from June 24th to July 8th. First match starts at 12 noon and 2:30 p.m. for second match of the day. Come see some of the island's best cricketing talent as they go head-to-head in this fast-paced format that promises to rain sixes, wickets, and nail-biting finishes. Mark your calendars. June 24th to July 8th at the Grosse Lane Mini Stadium. The St. Lucia T10 Blast, where legends are made and dreams come alive.
Let the blast begin.
The government of St. Lucia wishes to inform the public that owing to an official visit to St. Lucia by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria from June 28th to July 4th, 2025, there will be temporary traffic disruptions and road closures along designated routes. There will also be a related disruption on Friday, June 27th, along the general route during a rehearsal of concept drill by participating agencies. Motorists and commuters are kindly asked to note that from Saturday, June 28th to July 4th, 2025, there will be delays in the usual flow of traffic in the following areas: the V4 to Castries Highway, Nelson Mandela Drive, the John Compton Highway, the Sir Julian R. Hunt Highway, Jeremy Street, Manuel Street, Lattock Road, Mon Road, and the Mon Fortune area, VG and the VG area, and the Pigeon Island Causeway. Drivers are encouraged to use alternate routes and commute earlier to allow for extra travel time. Some public transport routes may be altered or delayed. Commuters are advised to plan ahead accordingly. Motorists and pedestrians are asked to give way to emergency and official vehicles upon hearing the sirens to allow for the safe passage of the convoy before resuming their journey. We humbly request your patience and cooperation as St. Lucia warmly welcomes our distinguished guest. These temporary measures are necessary to ensure the safety and success of the official visit. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force and the Ministry of External Affairs thank you for your understanding. For real-time updates and further details, follow official government social media channels and local news outlets.
Communications Officer in the Office of the Prime Minister, Riani Isidore. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Got travel plans? Don't let paperwork slow you down. This Saturday, the 28th of June 2025, the Briefcase is making applications for passports and visas faster, easier, and stress-free. From 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., head upstairs the Greens building right next to the V4 police station. If you are seeking to renew your passport, we've got you covered. We also assist with applications for police records, U.S. visa applications, and business registration. Come see us this Saturday, that's tomorrow, June the 28th, or call 718-8624, 718-8624, or 713-7503, 713-7503 to book. Walk-ins are also welcomed. No lines, no hassle, just expert help right when you need it. The Briefcase, your journey starts here. Let's take your calls right now at 452-2979. Once again, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Let's find out what is happening in the chat room. Our final update from Amanda King.
Tim, just a few comments from me. A NewsSpinner says here, when our Juju came, they didn't close the airports and roads. I shake my head. Another commentary reads, I will speculate that the reason for this visit is to finalize the deal to transfer the country to Nigeria and the planned evacuation of its inhabitants to the continent. You might say it is far-fetched, but remember Dr. Kenny warned us, never ever be surprised by what happened in politics, or for that matter, what is possible. A NewsSpinner says here, Dr. King, you won't hear the roads closed. We're not giving blood on Saturday. We will give the blood on Tuesday. Another commentary reads, I notice all of those ministers lose their voice. No more juice to hype them up again. Could be my eyes seeing wrong, but I noticed that from last week. Someone says, I thought the Prime Minister said his name was Bula. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you so much for this final update from you, Amanda. Let's see if we have some WhatsApp messages. Somebody says there, Dr. Stephen King's plea is noble, but asking us to come within the vicinity of Tapion Hospital, and by extension Tapion, don't go well with me psychologically. Remember the public perception. Better have the blood bank anchored in town or OKEU. Just a suggestion. And let's see if we have some more of your WhatsApp messages to go through. Somebody says there via WhatsApp. Is the collection of blood from the blood donation and the visit connected? No, they are not. I'm asking for a friend. No, they are not. And another WhatsApp message. Tim, the Prime Minister said both airports will be closed on the 28th. Does that mean both airports will be closed on the 4th, the day he's leaving? Well, no. To be more precise, it's tomorrow that the airports will be closed. And that's for specific periods. I'll go through that period before we conclude the broadcast. Let's see there. Once again, we'll take a final call at 452-2979 or WhatsApp calls at 716-2026. In the meantime, the island's health minister, Moses Jean-Baptiste, paying tribute to a nurse who passed away yesterday.
I really wish, on a very sad note, to express my sincere condolences to the family of a nurse, a midwife, who lost her life. And I really want to express my sympathy to all of the nurses in St. Lucia, and in particular the nurses at the Millennium Heights Medical Complex where she worked. It's a very sad situation, the details of which I don't have all of the details, but I know that counseling is being organized for the nurses, her fellow compatriots and nurses, and the whole fraternity, I know, is in mourning. So I really wish to, on behalf of the ministry, on behalf of the government, to say to the nurses, to the family, especially the family of this nurse, that we really feel your pain, and we are going to do what we must to comfort you and to hold your hands in this very tragic time.
And you just heard there from the island's health minister, Mr. Moses Jean-Baptiste, again paying tribute to a nurse who passed away yesterday under tragic circumstances. Also, I told you earlier on about a judge who addressed a graduation ceremony. It took place yesterday, a graduation ceremony for the class of 2025 at the Leon Hess Comprehensive Secondary School. And he is a judge of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, a St. Lucia national. And his name is Judge Ventos. Okay, Judge Ventos, we'll hear from him right now.
I remember distinctly at your age, at 16, leaving the Entry Secondary School and looking towards the hill on the morn and wondering, what does A-level represent for me? It represented one thing, and I keep telling people that's all it represented, one of the 2 island scholarships. That's the only thing I saw when I thought about A-level. How else would I do law? There was no, that's the only possible path I had. Of course, at 18, despite having worked very hard, I was not one of the 2 island scholars. There were two young girls who got it. Of course, I was happy for them, one of whom was a very close friend, and I was the one who informed her that she was one of the 2 island scholars. From my information, I was 3rd in line. But of course, the government then gave only 2 island scholars. So the rest, no matter how much potential you had, you have to see for yourself. But of course, at 18, I took it upon myself to write the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, writing them in January 1996, I believe, requesting that I should be awarded a scholarship based on my performance, indicating to them that it was unacceptable that they should not be awarding more than 2 scholarships in every year. I got no reply, and I wrote them again. And I was reading the letters this afternoon. Actually, I have one of them there. And I realized that my words were very strong. I remember saying that after not receiving a response a week later, I penned another letter. And I told the permanent secretary I was not dignified with a response. And I mean, it was just so laughable that I'm here asking for a scholarship, and I was almost demanding one. On reading that letter 30 years later, it was rather strongly worded for someone who was effectively asking to be given a scholarship to which he was not entitled. The permanent secretary took the matter to cabinet, and I was awarded a special government scholarship in April '96 to read for the LLB. And I just want to read you just a little part of that letter. And remember, I was 18, not too far from your age now. And when I read it, I just think, boy, I was really something else. And I say here, this letter is not intended to bore the reader, because I went on and telling them off a little bit. Its purpose and intention is to inform and convince you that Eddie Ventos is a hardworking and determined individual who will work hard and ensure that his goals will be realized. And that's what I want you to take from what I'm saying today, that no matter where you are, that you need to cultivate your success and do what is necessary, working hard, or even writing a letter. I mean, it cost me nothing, and not even stamp, because there were no stamps at the time. I just delivered it, I hand delivered it. So it cost me nothing to write a letter and look at all that I have benefited. That first step. The lesson here is that you need to take your future into your own hands and enable you to achieve success that will follow you once you work diligently to achieve it.
Judge of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, Eddie Ventos. Judge Eddie Ventos is St. Lucia national, and he was delivering remarks during the graduation ceremony at the Leoness Comprehensive Secondary School yesterday. So, once again, come tomorrow, Saturday, the temporary closure of the island's two airports. Once again, the George F.L. Charles Airport in Castries will be closed from 4 in the afternoon to 6 p.m., and the Uranora International Airport in Vieux will be closed between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. Our NewsSpin question of the day. The NewsSpin question of the day reads, how prepared are you to welcome President Tinubu to St. Lucia? How prepared are you to welcome President Tinubu to St. Lucia? And our NewsSpin news of the day. The NewsSpin news of the day reads, Indian court rules trans women are women and legally entitled to recognition. Indian court rules trans women are women and legally entitled to recognition. The NewsSpin news of the day, as we wish you a very happy, enjoyable Tinubu weekend. My name is Timothy Poleon. I'll be back on Monday afternoon, 12:30, with another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. Goodbye.